Hey everyone, this is Rachel from Nonessential Media, and you're listening to the Lifecast podcast. Just as a reminder, this is a teen-rated podcast, so if you are under the age of 13, do not listen. If you're over 13, stay tuned and enjoy! Hello everyone, this is Rachel, and welcome back to another episode of Lifecast. Today with me I have
Isaac.
And today we don't really, as always, know what we're going to talk about, but I do want to mention one thing, and this will probably get us started on from there. Let us know if you've tried the crispy kernel chicken sandwich at KFC.
That crispy kernel sandwich done fucked me up forever.
It is so good. And I'm not a huge chicken person. Like, I love chicken. Sometimes I have to be in the mood for it. But this is like, yeah, too much. I feel like we had so much chicken as kids that now I'm like every once in a while.
I feel like we didn't eat enough. What are you talking about?
No, I had a lot, I felt like. But this is so good, and they have like a buffalo honey barbecue and then a regular. We get the honey barbecue, except today.
Wow, free promo for KFC.
Yeah, if we're not sponsored, KFC sponsor us, please. We went to go get the sandwich, and they have like a 2 for $6 deal, and it's only for like the regular sandwiches, and we were like, the girl was like, if you get the honey barbecue, which is the one we wanted, they're like, oh, we can't give you the 2 for $6. And I was like, whatever, that's fine. And then she charged us the 2 for $6, so then gave us plain sandwiches, but then a packet of barbecue sauce, which ended up actually, I think, tasting better because we could add as much sauce as we wanted.
Yeah.
But still, I was like, whatever.
I want to go back and try all the other ones. Like, if they're as good as the honey barbecue.
I know. And I feel like that's another thing, too, that I tried too much as a kid was honey barbecue. I always got honey barbecue wings, everything. And so now I'm kind of, like, turned off by it. But that sandwich is so good. So if you haven't tried it, you need to try it. Definitely worth it.
Yeah. Chicken sandwiches, basically the best thing ever known to fast food restaurants. Now, we don't have a Popeyes over here, but if we did, I would be there every freaking day.
No, Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah. I've heard some good
I've only tried it one time, but it was their sauce. Okay, their sauce is what gets me. They have the waffle fries, and then the Chick-fil-A sauce is so good. We talked about this today, like how much sauce is important to a meal. Yeah,
you can't have too much because it's like it gets soggy or it's just like
overpowering.
Yeah. Jinx.
Jinx, tell me so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh.
Okay. Or then there's people that don't like sauce at all, which is fine, but I'm like, how do you eat that dried chicken without the sauce?
Yeah.
I could see like sauce without a burger, maybe like hamburgers.
Really?
Yeah, but not like chicken. I don't know. Or turkey. I feel like turkey definitely needs something on it.
Yeah, turkey's really dry, so you have to have like gravy or something with it. I'm just like getting an image of someone dipping turkey in ketchup, and that just doesn't sound good.
I'm pretty sure I've done that as a kid.
I think I did as a kid too, but now when I look back, I'm like, ugh.
Even turkey and mustard, I feel like would be better than ketchup. You know? We're just throwing up.
Nasty. Ooh, it's making me excited for Thanksgiving.
Oh my god.
It's literally weeks away. I'm making a pumpkin roll. I'm getting a honey baked ham, which are so good. And I'm getting bottles and bottles of sparkling cider because me alone will drink a whole bottle.
Everybody gonna get crunk on that.
Everyone gonna get drunk without any alcohol.
Do you remember as a kid on Thanksgiving you'd be like, I'm so drunk from this sparkling
you
cider?
Drink out of the bottle. You're like, oh my god,
I feel something. You're like 12 years old. Like,
not even. You're like 9. You're like, oh, I'm so
bumping into walls.
You're like bumping into people. You're like, I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
Sorry, pardon my reach.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what's sad about that is we had never even seen a real drunk person.
Yeah.
Only on TV. We had never witnessed it. Little did we know. Our mom was an alcoholic. Recovering now, but That's a whole other story.
Strugglecast 2.0.
Yeah. There's so many things you do as a kid, like that kind of stuff, where, like, you pretend to, like, smoke a cigarette.
Okay, but when you have candy cigarettes...
Yeah, true.
It's like, what?
The chalky one?
Ugh.
But you still were like, I'm so cool because I'm smoking a cigarette.
Puff puff pass?
It's puff puff pass, not puff 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 pass.
Dang, all your friends taking a hit off the chalk cigarette?
Ooh.
As if you can
It's like blowing
feel
chalk.
something from it. You're just...
When you're taking a drink, one sip of the, one puff and one sip of the sparkling cider. Dang. Man, as a kid, you're messed up.
You're fud up for the rest of the night.
You
better go to bed.
Major hungover tomorrow.
Oh.
Maybe sugar hangover.
Good thing there's like 2 days off of school when it's Thanksgiving, because the next morning, crunk.
The next morning, you ain't leaving your bed. Yeah, weren't we talking about not too long ago, like the things yesterday, like the things we did as kids, where you're just like, maybe it was even today you said something.
No, it was.
You're like, why did I do this as a kid? Like, you think back, and it's so true. You're like, why? And then you watch kids do stuff today, and you think about how you probably would have done the same thing when you were, like, Alex and Lucas, our nephews. They do weird stuff all the time. Like, they never realize when people are watching them, and me and Isaac watch them all the time.
Oh,
like,
me and Rachel are, like, the analyzers of the family.
Yes, we watch them all the time, and they always do weird stuff, and we're like, what the heck are they doing? But then we think about when we were kids, and we're like, you know what? People probably watched us do weird stuff like that.
I'm embarrassed for the people that watched us. I know there's some people that caught us doing some nasty,
it
weird
makes
stuff.
me wonder if people are like, those kids are disgusting.
I know. No, when we used to, like, me and Rachel, have had some times where we're out in public and we're like, okay, why is that kid doing that? You know? Or like, why is that person? I know those people thought the same exact stuff about us. You can't lie.
Thank goodness you grow up, you know? You grow up. That's why you can't base things off of when you're like 7 to when you're 25, because you have to literally tell, like, I apologize for the person I was back then because I didn't know what I was doing or who I was. No, you shouldn't apologize for that because you're a kid, but still, it's more like...
all those awkward, embarrassing moments that you didn't even know were embarrassing make you who you are today, so...
Definitely. It gives you all of the anxiety and depression we all deal with today.
That's so true. All the trauma. From being
all the
cringy.
Trauma. Yeah.
Cringe trauma.
I'm still jealous of those kids that have no issues being, like, doing what they're doing. And then, you know, when they're older, they're not going to have that trauma of being like, oh, that was cringy.
It just, like, comes
natural to them.
I
I
still
still
have
have memories from when I was a kid, thinking back, being like, why did I do that? And I was like 10.
Yeah. Do you ever think back to, like, 5 years old?
Yeah.
You're going to bed and you're like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Because I feel like I do that more.
No, it's because at nighttime, like, everything's settled and it's your moment for your brain to, like, start analyzing anything.
It's like your body shuts down, so your brain is like...
you don't have anything keeping you occupied anymore.
Yeah.
So you're just, like, thinking and thinking and... yeah.
I have to think to fall asleep, you know?
Yeah,
I can't just, like, turn my brain off and fall asleep.
Me too. I have to start thinking about something, and then I get, like, lost in, like, my thought, and then I'm asleep. I never dream about the last thing I was thinking about, which you would think you would. It's always something random that I thought about during the day. Like, the most random thing. Like, I'll walk by. I had a dream not too long ago where I walked by, and I looked at a bag, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then later, that bag was in my dream.
Oh, and that's weird. It's weird. Like, your subconscious takes control.
And you don't even realize that you're thinking about it. You're just like, oh, that's a weird bag, you know, whatever. And then you keep going.
Me and Jackie, actually, like, right after we filmed for Beach City Crows a couple days ago, we were watching Haikyuu, and I saw a scene, and Jackie said something, and I'm like, that is strange. I literally just had deja vu about this, like, a week ago. But I wouldn't have remembered that until the deja vu moment happened, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have deja vu from, like, even a year ago.
I had deja vu last night. Mom and Dad were having their meeting, and I was sitting in on it, and they were talking with another person, and I was just sitting there looking at the ground, looking at Mom's feet, actually, and I just got deja vu for, as obviously deja vu means to, like, relive that moment, and that's what I felt like. I was reliving a moment I'd already lived, and it was trippy. Weird. Because it's always at the weirdest moments when you're looking at something weird or doing something completely random that it happens, and you're like, why in this moment? Like, why am I having a feeling in this moment?
If you're listening to this on our website or anywhere else, send us an email. We want to hear your deja vu moments. Like, I love hearing everyone's either cringy stories or just like outlandish things. Or if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to comment right below.
Yeah, for sure. We love seeing other people's comments and stories just because it's so interesting and it's really cool. You know what? This is what it makes me think of is, so Isaac and I, as cringy as it is, we love TikTok. We don't ever post on there, but we watch people's TikToks because it's entertaining. But it's really entertaining because people will do videos and you're like, oh my gosh, they'll be
That's
like, who else did this as a kid, or who else does this, and you're like, I'm not alone.
And they'll be like,
you're like, people literally do this. I always thought I was like the only person in the world.
Yeah, there's like a video of this guy, he had his arm in the air for no reason, and I'm like, I used to do that. That was literally my hobby from when I was like 9 to 14. Just putting my arm in the air for no reason. I wouldn't even know.
Yeah. No, there's tons of stuff on there. Every day I get on, I feel like there's some kind of new thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, this girl. I watch
some of them get too deep or they expose people's childhoods. Yeah. And it's like, stop. Nobody's supposed to know. But we all suffered through it.
I saw a comment and someone's like, how dare you live the same childhood as me, or something like that. And it's just funny because when you're a kid, your mind, it's like you don't really comprehend the fact that maybe other people could be doing this, or it doesn't really enter your mind. And then as you get older, that's when you think about it. But then you feel like you're the only one that ever did it, or like a very small few. But then you realize so many people did it.
Yeah, it makes
like when you talk on the phone and you walk around the entire house and you're like,
oh my God. Like
walking
doing
on
flips.
Stuff. Yeah, literally.
In the car, getting in crashes.
I feel like that's more like old school when we were younger because no one really talks on the phone anymore. It's like text or email or you know,
like apps or something.
Yeah,
like social media.
Exactly.
It makes me wonder what other generations were like at our age. Like, did they have moments where they had the same kind of childhood things?
I'm sure they did.
Because I don't really hear other generations talk about it other than ours or younger.
I think it's because we have the platforms to do it.
Yeah, we kind of grew up with that.
We grew up with it, and so we put it out there because we're able to. Whereas the older generations they didn't grow up with it, so they don't really want to. I feel like they really don't even understand still.
Yeah,
what it's
like a whole
for.
other breed of human.
They should just make like a Facebook, but something else for like the baby boomers.
Facebook mom pictures where the angle's like literally to all the way up to the heavens.
All you can see is like their eyelashes because you can't see their eyes anymore. Their eyelids.
See their bald spot.
They're like, new hairdo.
Trying to get it from behind.
Yeah, there's so many things. But anyway, that I was circling back to the fact that yes, comment, let us know your experiences, whatever it may be, or if you hear us talking about something, you're like, oh my gosh, that's me. Let us know because we love feeling, I don't know, I don't want to say included,
not alone.
Not alone. That's the word.
Because being alone is one of the worst feelings. Personally, I feel
it is. Like
because loneliness can happen even when you're surrounded by tons of people or like in a party.
Loneliness, that's how people, like some people that are suicidal, like it's not just depression, it's that heavy loneliness feeling, which I think comes along with depression too. But I mean, loneliness literally consumes you.
Yeah.
So don't make us feel lonely.
We want you to comment. Save us.
We need you to comment.
Your comments are saving our lives.
One comment saves one life.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyways, that has been this episode of Lifecast. We didn't really stay on track, but I don't think that's the purpose of this podcast.
No.
It's just to talk about everything.
We never do.
Started with chicken and ended with
depression and loneliness. As always. It's not the Lifecast podcast if it doesn't end with depression and loneliness.
Yeah. Anyways, I am Isaac.
I'm Rachel.
And thank you for listening. Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Rachel again from Nonessential Media. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. It was so much fun putting it together for you guys. As always, feel free to reach out to us on social media. You can find us on YouTube by searching Nonessential Media, on Twitter at NonessentialM, and on Facebook and Instagram by searching Nonessential Media. You can also find us on our website at nonessentialmedia.com, and on there we have some info about our creators and other podcasts like Beach City Crows, We the Fandom, and Zeros of the Tabletop. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you.